Hi guys, I'm going to talk to you guys about setting spray and if it's necessary, or do you need it? Do you not need it? I personally did not even know what setting spray was 4 years ago, honestly. But when I did hear about it, I thought it was an unnecessary add-on, that it was not needed. And in some ways I was right, because I did have setting powder, and setting powder works well, but there are some really great uses for setting spray, and I want to go over them with you in this video. Now, the first and most obvious thing with setting spray is to set your makeup with it, which means it would be after putting your makeup on. Setting spray is a great component if you're looking for a dewy finish. It also sets the makeup that you put on. I specifically use cream foundation and cream products, so I need something to set my makeup, whether it be powder or setting spray or both. And if I do not, then my makeup is going to move, my makeup is going to smear, it's going to transfer onto my clothes. So I absolutely have to have some kind of setting agent. When you are using setting spray for finishing, you can spray it onto your face and leave it as is, but that is going to depend on the nozzle and what you get it with. If it's a continuous spray, that might work really well if the mist is very fine. If you have a spray bottle type setting spray, you might want to spray it onto a sponge or onto your brush before applying it. It may work better that way. For instance, this setting spray is by Morphe, however you want to pronounce it, and this setting spray is a continuous setting mist. I really like the spray nozzle on this setting spray because it's so fine, it's continuous, and I never feel like I just get globs of setting spray all over, so I really like that. As for its setting capability, I think it does a really good job. I don't think it's my favorite as far as setting power, like how long it makes my makeup stay, but I think it does a pretty fair job. This is my all-time favorite setting spray, and of course it's by Seint, but I am not particularly fond of the nozzle, honestly. It's more of like a spray bottle. It's a really fine mist, and it's a very broad mist, so you can do it on your face. But sometimes I feel like it can be splotchy. Put it on my face and press it in with a sponge or a brush. So that is an option. But as far as setting power, stay power with this, I love it. It's probably one of my top favorites, that with Urban Decay. This is actually the travel size, so it's very small. It comes in a regular size, but this is the travel size that I have right now. Another great benefit of setting spray is priming your makeup. I don't wear primers on my face. I don't have especially large pores, so if you do, you might want to look into some other options. And I also just feel like I wear pretty light coverage, so I feel like I don't really need a whole lot of priming. But if I do want a little bit more staying power, then I like to spray the setting spray onto my face before, and I also like to set my eyebrows with it, because I do my eyebrows first, then I spray my setting spray on, and then I apply my makeup. So that's another great option. One of the most recent things that I've learned lately with setting spray is to apply the setting spray as I'm applying my makeup. You'll notice here in this video, I am putting my makeup on before I'm applying my makeup, and I'm not blending my makeup. And the reason why I'm doing that is because I want to go and set while I am blending the makeup in. And what that does is that actually fuses the makeup in with the setting spray, and it just gives a little bit even more setting power. I should probably change the word from setting power to capability. I don't know, because it sounds too much like setting powder. Might be confusing. Notice here that I've put all my makeup on, and now I am spraying the brush with the setting spray, and then I'm going and blending in with, the brush is damp, and I'm blending my makeup in with the setting spray on it. This not only helps it to stay better, in my opinion, but it also helps to blend it so flawlessly and so beautifully. I wear creams on my face, the Formulas creams, so they blend really well anyway, but I feel like this is just another extra oomph to having a natural finish and having well blended makeup on my face. It also gives a really just a light feel as well. Now I'm going to show you what the difference is with setting spray when you apply it and how it keeps your products on. One more thing before I get to that though, is that how I like to do my makeup is after I do my makeup, like I have right now, is that I'm going to use this spray for a finish. I like to spray my setting spray on my makeup. That one applies really well, so I don't feel like I need to press it in. And then I like to go in with my setting powder only in specific areas where I don't want to be dewy or shiny, I guess. I like to apply the setting powder underneath my eyes. Now, be careful with this if you are 30 or 35 plus, because the older we get, how do I say that nicely? The older we get, the more fine lines and wrinkles that we get underneath our eyes, and the skin settles a little bit more. So you want to avoid putting too much powder on if at all possible. Try to avoid powder, but I do need to put it on mine because it does help to diminish the eye bag look underneath for me, but it's a very, very small amount. Now I'm gonna do some swatches for you to show you the power of setting spray. I'm gonna use this neutral lip and cheek color. This is called Nude, and I'm just gonna apply it onto my hand here. Do a swatch there. We'll do a swatch here and show you the difference without setting spray and with setting spray. Without setting spray, I can just take that color. I'm barely touching that color. And I can just wipe it right across my hand, if you can see that. I'm just barely touching. I'm not even touching hard enough to push the skin down, okay? Now if I use setting spray, I'm gonna go in with my Morphe and spray it across my hand. Just a reminder to make sure that your setting spray does dry. Make sure that it's dry before you touch your face, before you do anything. All right, now I'm gonna do the same pressure that I applied on the other one and just show you. See that? Very, very, very little movement. And I'm barely touching it. And it did move just a little bit. I do have a little bit of a thicker swatch on this one. It did move just a little bit, but as you can see, it's not compared to this one. Now I'm gonna do one more swatch. All right, I'm gonna do setting spray on this one. This third swatch is dry, so I'm gonna go ahead and show you. Again, using the same pressure, but now I have to go this way. And again, I'm touching this the same pressure that I did the other ones, and you can see how little transfer there is compared to the other ones. Can you guys see that? Anyway, so I hope that gives you guys a good example of the power of setting spray. It is important what kind of setting spray you have, and ultimately I again do like to spray my face and then powder in specific areas. Mine's more to reduce light under my eyes to avoid eye bags, but some people like to powder and bake over their setting spray, or some people like to powder first then spray on top. So just kind of play with what works for you and your skin. Also, if you have dry skin, you would want to avoid powders. You probably want to move more towards the side of setting spray. If you have super oily skin, a lot of people like to use less setting spray and more setting powder. This is just another tool for you in setting your makeup so that it stays all day and doesn't move. I hope you guys like this video. Please be sure to subscribe if you haven't already. I will see you guys next week with another video. Bye.